Okay, guys. Hello, Legacy Force. We are going to talk about this team right here. And actually, I realized I've done something wrong with it, but that's okay. We're going to talk about the Jedi team. This is an important team for light side territory battles. I was able to get four wins with this team one time and 3 out of 4 the second time. I didn't use it in the next one because I don't know why. But that was with a Gear 12 Hoda. I took him up because I'm using him in Arena and I just wanted to. But we're going to talk about why this team works, what you kind of need to do with this team. Unfortunately, it's going to be a lot of talking, and I don't like that. But specifically in light side territory battle, one of the things that I do that I think is really important is using. Let's see here. Let's go over to this because you can click on them easier. Is using Reven's Master Strategist. Now, using this right in the beginning, your first attack, and then passing it over to Old Ben and having him do his mind tricks, occasionally you can get the ability block on Geonosian Spy in light side territory battles, which changes the game ridiculously. When you're able to do that, you're able to slow them down a whole bunch, and then you're able to focus on the B2 battle droids, and you're able to survive a lot more. Does Obi-Wan Kenobi die a lot? Yes. Yes, he does. Do you have to use Jolie Bindo to bring him back a lot? Yep, that is accurate. But who cares? Because we're going to talk about this team. So first, we're going to talk about the modding of Reven. Okay, so I think mine's pretty good. Well, it's up for debate. But speed and some damage. Now you see that I do have him R7 or tier 7. I put this 4.26% offense damage. Critical damage with 3% offense damage. Plus with 8% damage, 8.5% damage. The protection mods, I oftentimes don't take those up unless they're like really amazing secondaries on them, more than just speed, because gaining 1 speed for some more critical chance is probably not as useful. Though I do like taking up these speed processors because taking it from 12% to 8% more defense, so a total of 20% defense, it really does make a difference, particularly in light side territory battles, because you're just trying to get your people to survive. Adding 8% defense is excessively useful. And then here, pretty much you're just trying to get whatever max speed you can get. Luckily, I have a little bit of defense on this, but if we look at his stats, health is 60,000, which is pretty good. Protection's a little bit low, admittedly. Speed, I think having speed above 300 is really what we should all be trying for. Damage, honestly, a lot of guys are going to look at this and say 6,400. That's quite a bit. Yeah, probably is quite a bit. 5,000. I had him at 5,000 for a long time. At some point, really, what you want to get is you want to get the special offense to 10,000. That's a goal. Do I think that everybody's going to get to it? No, but it's a goal, and I've really felt a huge difference taking him to R7. He just wrecks folks, which is good. Okay, so let's talk about the next character in that lineup. Let's talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now you can see I only have one on here, and that's speed. because I had it left over and I wanted him faster. Protection on the secondaries, protection, and really just trying to get this guy's faster. This is one that I probably should go ahead and get faster. If you guys have watched my last video, I did take a defense processor up on B2 because I'm going to make him nasty, and it had a heck of a lot less speed than this, but it had more potency, whatever. The next thing here is really just getting speed. So could I improve this speed on Old Ben? Yep, that should probably be improved. That should probably be improved. That's pretty good, and that's pretty good. But having a secondaries of either health or defense are probably really useful on him with a speed set. Let's see here. Jolie Bindo. I have a debate that is ongoing in my head about what to do with him. All health sets, yes. With secondary health, yes. Secondary health, yes. The debate comes around the health receiver here, is whether you put a health speed mod here with, the primary stat being health with really good secondary stat. Like if I had one that had 22 speed, it's going on there. That's just going to happen. But I feel like a lot of our Jolie Bindos are not very fast. So getting secondary speed is important. Now look at this. This one's just because he gets that critical chance decrease with how much tenacity he has. And that's just a silly mod that needs to be on there. And the same deal with this one is it's 7% tenacity and 13% tenacity. That's just silly. And going for that's really useful. Now, could you probably do that with a really, really nice tenacity set, added in one of these spots? Yeah, you probably could. And if you have one, having one of these sets be tenacity is not bad, particularly if the secondaries are really solid. They're either health secondaries or they have a bundle of speed. But I find using them in different places. But you can see that I have this, and then we'll filter here because this is, you'll sort of laugh at this, is I have one that I could put on there that I don't put on there because I like him having that 20 extra speed. Just after practice, it feels like there's more speed that needs to be on here. So the goal health, I think, should be about 100,000 on Bindo. I've seen I think some of our guilds have 120,000, which I think is very impressive. But the speed and the health, I think the health should be around 100,000, and I think the speed should be greater than 210. If you don't have it greater than 210, the issue that you run into when fighting in GAC and in Lightside Territory Battle is you need more turns for Bindo to be able to get him to res people, because him resing people is how you change the game, is how you make things happen really excellently. So you have to get him faster. Or you have to be using every single one of Reven's second specials to try to get Jolie Bindo going again, which is not what you want to be doing, because you want to be getting this guy going a lot. Now, this is pretty tried and true. Having a bundle of offense on this guy is really helpful. The issue that people are running into with General Grievous teams, I think, is because you don't have enough damage. When you're trying to take down B2, when you're trying to take down General Grievous in GAC and in GAC 3 versus 3, is you have to be able to pack a whole bunch of punch to be able to take him down. And if you don't have those on your mods, your team is eventually just going to grind out. But you can see that if you look at these secondaries, I've put a lot of secondary offense. Now, these were kind of the older mods when we really didn't have the good, when offense percentage wasn't really useful. So admittedly, there's some issues there. But, really getting offense, not even necessarily worrying about a bundle of speed, just worrying about really packing the offense. I've never, ever, ever, ever thought my Grandmaster Yoda was too slow if you're using him correctly. Now, People could put speed sets on Grandmaster Yoda, but unless you have speed sets that have just god amounts of offense, I think you're wasting your time. I'm convinced you're wasting your time. So we'll look at his offense here. 6,000. We're pushing 10,000 special damage. I really think that's what we should all be pushing for. The speed 230. I mean, you could probably get away with 220. You can probably get away with. You could probably add more speed to him. You could get him to 250, and he would probably do a little bit better. But you don't want to sacrifice too much speed, because in light side territory battle, him going fast is important, and killing a lot of the B2s and B1s is important. But he still has to be one of your characters that just smacks, some of those other characters down. And in GAC and in light side territory battle, he better be hitting hard. Okay, so Grandmaster Yoda, and then my little pet project. He is kind of little, so I guess that fits. Is Hermit Yoda. Hermit Yoda, you're gonna love how I have this guy modded, focusing on speed, but I almost don't care what the secondaries are as long as he's fast, or what the primaries are as long as he's fast. I had this one kind of laying around. It's got some extra health. It's perfect. A little bit of tenacity. It's fine. Speed. Could that be faster? Yes, it could be. I'm using a lot of other ones. We'll even do this. We'll look at the issues here. Do I want? I'm sort of my speed. Do I want Hoda faster, or do I want Rex faster? I want Rex faster. I can make the case that I want him faster than Poe, because I feel that Resistance hero Poe and Finn are useless in Arena. They're useful for getting Rey. They are useful. You're useless after you get her. Anyways, speed. Just make them fast. I probably will end up changing out for this, just making them bloody fast. I don't know. But kind of useful characters. Probably taking this secondary up is useful, but again, it's speed, and I just don't have the time to do it. Here's the one that you guys will laugh at. I took this off one of my Ewoks this morning because I just thought, well, that's a complete uselessness of that mod. But you can see, secondary speed 19. I don't care if it's defense. I don't care if it's tenacity. I don't care if it's protection. It'd probably be best if it's protection or health. But if you don't have those, don't worry about it. It's Hermit Yoda. He's going to go under stealth. We don't have to worry about it. Again, I don't really mind the secondaries on this. I would prefer health and protection. But you take what you can get in honesty with these. So though that team is really, really, really strong. Does Obi-Wan Kenobi die a lot? Yep. So you just keep rezzing him and healing him back up with Hermit Yoda and letting him take some punches. And in the meantime, making sure that your Reven and that your Grandmaster Yoda are kicking ass. You have to make your Jolie Bendo tanky enough so that if you start getting wiped, you can clear it up. Now in GAC, oftentimes we'll have Basti come in for the Obi-Wan Kenobi spot, and I think that's reasonable. And in her case, it's the same kind of deal. Just make her fast. A little tanky and fast. I don't really think that she's... you can make the case of she needs more protection mods here and that she needs more protection mod here. Because just keeping her alive, she's not doing a ton of the damage. She's there to facilitate Grandmaster Yoda going faster and using her second special subvert defenses, I remember the name, to cleanse some stuff and maybe get a stun. I mean, you can see that her mods are awkward on mine. It's pretty much just speed. But that's it. Okay, I kept it under 15 minutes.